Over here is my closet, aka the downstairs server room. And you can see, just turned the computer off getting ready for this. But there is no power outlet in here anywhere. So I've got to run the UPS out to this outside outlet, which is just right on the side of this wall. So it'll be super easy to just pop another outlet in right here. I was going to originally run a dedicated 20 amp line in here, but I'm thinking about moving all of my computer stuff somewhere completely different, which will be an exciting video if I make a video on that. So I'm just going to tap off that guy, just get a power outlet in here, because realistically there should be a power outlet in every room. I don't see how people don't put power outlets in closets. Like, it'd be so easy. Especially with how cheap these components are, that'd be like $5 of stuff when they were building it. But, oh well. I've got the new nicer stuff, and looks like Stinky's here to join. Isn't that right? There she goes. So I'll turn off the breaker and get this started. Also, it's a good idea to do this during the day. No, you're not allowed in here, Stinky girl. Ooh. It's a good idea to do this during the day when you have light. Okay, so obviously turn off the breaker before you do electrical stuff. This one is on breaker 18. Nice. So you see, there's a lot of stuff on this breaker, so I'm surprised that it lasts as a 15 amp. So it looks like I do have spots down here, so eventually I'll probably pop a 20 amp in there and run this to a new room. But for now, this will be a super easy project that I've just been meaning to do for basically since I bought this place. So let's make sure this is the right one. Okay, I should have most of the tools I need. Unplug this. Oop, that's the UPS. And there's the first guy. There's a little circuit tester voltage thing. See, don't have power. I'm going to test it again once I get the cover off, because getting shocked, though being a lot of fun, it's not something I want to do today. Nice. So since I'm here, I'm just going to replace this cheap builder's outlet, because why not? I appreciate a good outlet. There's this. Now this is open, I'm going to test it again. So this will be beeping red if it was bad news. Fortunately for us, it's good news. So, also I should say, I am not a licensed electrician. Do not do anything I do, because you will definitely both burn your house down and die. Okay, so here is our nice new outlet. These are like $5, pretty expensive, but see, they're very nice. They've got these back wire terminals, so they aren't these push-ins like here, which, you know, make electricians make fun of you. These guys, a little easier to put in. You don't have to do the whole curly Q thing. You just stick them in and they're all good to go. And just generally, you know, more robust. And I like the square ones better than these round ones, even though this is hidden behind a beanbag at all times. So really, since I don't have to think much, I'm just going to end up wiring all these together the same. There's nothing switched here. This is all just basically instead of a pigtail. So I basically just unwire these and put them all on the same and add my extra line and be good to go. So I'll get most of these transferred over first, just for my own peace of mind, and then I will shove the new piece of Romex through, and then I'll cut the hole on the other side, connect that. What am I doing here, kitty cat? There we go. It's another good reason to have the power off, is so your friend's kitty cat does not shock her little nose. Actually, I think the stud's on this side, so I was assuming that the stud would be on this side. But if we listen, sounds like the stud's right here. So I'm actually going to put it through on the other side, or on this side, and then put the outlet over more here than over here. So, luckily we figured that out before we cut a hole, which would be very embarrassing. So here, I'll punch the other guy out. Nice, even better than before. And angle it down some. go. We have some in there that we can grab once we cut our new hole. These picks are great tools. I waited, or I didn't have these for so long, and once I got them, or one of my friends had some, I tried them. I was like, these are great. And a whole little set of these was $7. So, absolutely, 100% recommend. So, for getting these little pushing guys out, you've got to jam something in the little hole above it. There we go. Nice. So we've got our neutral wires. All here. It doesn't matter where things are coming from because everything is powered all the time. So once again, I totally don't need to replace this outlet. I could have just put the new ones on the other little terminals, but I like having nice, robust outlets. There's one thing I'm looking for in a girl. It's nice, robust outlets. I tell you what. There we go. Nice. And the ground. Beautiful. Look at these two outlets and see different. I like this one square. This one's a little bit whiter too than this one. This one could just be a little old. See, these whole things are like beefier. On this back, it's got this reinforcement guy. It's got these extra little wings on the side to keep stuff from shorting out. So everything's a lot more robust. This one, it's maybe 50% heavier than this one. So all pretty nice. It's got these nice little back wire things here, which are all good. So now we can just start loading things up. So the small hole is the black wires. One in here, and one in here. And just start twisting these down. Once again, the probably more responsible way to do this would be to pigtail all these together, but I don't want to do that. And this is fine. Especially this particular outlet won't have like any load on it at all. There's going to be basically a lamp plugged into this, and that's all. So there we go. That's a nice tug. Only put 2 in for now because we'll put this guy in when we put this guy in. But this is just sort of, you know, sometimes whenever you get thrown a little curveball in a project, it helps just sort of start going. I'll put this ground in. Well, it is nice. It's got this whole little place for it to go in. So you don't even have to do a loop. There we go. So that's pretty nice. It's got that whole little thing for it to grab onto, instead of having to rely on twisting around that little bolt, which can sometimes come undone if you're not careful, which I'm sure all of you are extremely careful. Alright, now let's put a couple of these neutrals in. I'll shorten this guy a little bit once I get it straightened out. Now you can probably see that kitty cat. There we go. Aren't those just the cutest little needle nose pliers? I think I got them at Hobby Lobby like forever ago. Because growing up, my sister had some when she was making beads, jewelry beads stuff. So I always thought they were really cool. Alright. Oh yeah, we got an electrical kitty cat. You're right. It is good to check that those aren't energized. Okay, so now that we've got a lot of this done, we'll go in the other room. And I guess we'll let this kitty cat join us. She normally doesn't get to, but today she might. So I'm going to have this hand on the outside of the wall touching our old box. This hand, let's meet up. So this is where our old box is. So I'll just come this way, you know, about there-ish. I'll get a pencil in that hand. Here's where the old box is. And we'll go to about here. Let's call this the top. That'll be close enough. Even left a mark. Awesome. So now I'll take this, put it about there, grab a level, take this, put a little level on top of it, make sure it's reasonably level. It's about where we want it. And then I'll just trace around it. Now, we will drill a hole there. Let me get this in focus. Go. Get this so we can see a little better. And zoom in just a little bit. Now we'll trace a little line. Across the top here. Here and one here. I'll come down. Nice. If we feel, look at this. Just that easily. Cut this through. This feeds through that. That's plenty of wire, and hopefully this fits in the hole we made. There we go. Beautiful. I should have shown you whenever it was out. But this has little flaps that will go up and hold things in once you drill this, or screw it in. Nice, just like that. And man, looks like the camera stopped recording at just the wrong time. Box is in the wall. I went ahead and screwed these guys in so that now it's totally in there. The wire's through. I don't know when exactly it stopped recording, but that's pretty annoying. But now we're ready to put an outlet in. So first thing I'll do, we'll just strip off a bit of this insulation. I'll do a little more than that. Why not? These wire strippers are a great tool. I would highly recommend. There's this. And this is another one of the nice ones, of course. Alright, and the black one goes in the black wire goes in the little one. Nice. That's in there. The white one is in the other one. So that's in there. And the ground goes in its little guy. Really try and pull that out there, because you don't want that to accidentally come undone. Alright, and then we will fold this wire back, and it's good to install these outlets upside down like this, because then if something falls and this is pulled out a little bit, then it will bridge across the ground and short out instead of bridging across these, or bridge across the ground and trip stuff faster. Just generally be safer and less electrocute-y than tripping across those guys, where lots more bad things will happen. Alright, there's this. And now we need to go and plug in the other side so this actually gets power. Back out where we have space. go, and I'll give this guy a little more room than the other one, since we've got to sort of mash things around a little bit more. The ground is way back there. I'm going to strip a lot more of this off. Be careful. I'm cutting towards myself, which is very dangerous. Don't do that. Okay, this first thing I'm going to do is try and get this ground a good way. So, since I don't think it'll fit in this wire nut, I don't have another one of those fancy ground wire nuts, I'll just connect these to the same thing here. I'm feeding both these ground wires in here, which should be just as, if not more secure than using a wire nut. There we go. And now we'll do our neutrals first. Right in there. And this guy right here. I'll clip a little bit of this guy off. Not that it super duper matters, but it makes me feel better. You can tell that I'm more of an audio guy than a home electronics guy because of how much insulation I leave on stuff. Okay, and now we'll get our lines together. Let's shorten this a little more. A little more than that too. Alright, once again, really thought I felt this move a little bit, so I'm going to make sure this is really cranked down. Yep. Really make sure these aren't going anywhere. Cool. And now, before I get this guy all the way zipped in, I'll get this a little bit zipped in, just so it's not sticking out. And since there's a kitty cat around, don't let her little nose get in anything, so I'll just zip that. Alright, so now fair warning, getting stuff that installed probably jinxed it, but hopefully it didn't. Power's back on and the breaker didn't trip, so the first thing I'm going to do is, yep, so that guy's got power. The other side has power, and I'll just test the load with Alright, that all works, so now I can turn the power off again. Not that I have to, but I'm going to, and then just get the faceplates on, and then turn the power back on, and then test it one more time, and then we should be good. Okay, power's back off, and you can even see it's off there. Now I'll just install this first one, because the camera's run low on battery, and I just also don't want to film in that little room anymore. So here's this. A little tricky to get apart, but pull hard. You get a screwdriver. I like these guys with no screws showing. I think they look nice. It's again a little more expensive, but if you're only doing one or two of these at a time, you know, what's an extra couple bucks? Go, and these screw right into those. Go, and now this just goes right here. Nice. That looks good enough. Just need to plug this UPS in, but on the other side, so I've got to install the other one of these on the other side, and then we'll be done and on to the next thing.